YouTube, what is up, guys? So you may be wondering why Andy is sitting here talking in a third person, twirling a knife like a baton, or whatever I'm doing with this thing. And it's very simple. It's an obvious answer. I don't know why you guys would even ask, because obviously I'm going to do an unboxing of the PlayStation Vita. When I did an unboxing of the Nintendo 3DS, I said I was going to do one for this when it came out, and here I am. I got my hands on it. I know it's a little bit after launch, but I've been busy. I've been having my firstborn child. I'm a dad now, and when you're a dad, you can do things like be late for opening up a PlayStation Vita. So if you want to check out what she's got, hang out with me, and let's do this. Let's open it. So here it is. The first thing I noticed was that the box is a little smaller than I imagined. I didn't think it was going to be huge or anything, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a nice little square box. The front is obviously, as you see, it shows the system. The sides are pretty basic, nice looking though. And then the back has a couple screenshots of some games, and then a basic shot of the system and some stats. And this is in 2 different languages, of course, because God forbid they make a box for each country. But pretty standard stuff. It's a nice presentation, and let's get down to the fun stuff. And this is where my knife comes in, because I don't like to pull the sticker off and rip the box. I like to keep my boxes for some reason, and I like to cut the stickers off. I probably should be doing this with a razor blade, but steak knives work awesome. When you become a dad, you start using steak knives for everything. Actually, I just made that up. Apparently I'm not that bright, because it's not pulling out too easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one. So, boom, I have successfully figured out how to open this thing. It folds out. That's pretty neat. I thought it was going to be like a sliding thing, and it's not. First thing I see is some papers. I don't know. What is this? AR play cards, which have to do with merging our world with the video game world. So I'll get into that later. I want to actually see what stuff is. There's more papers. There's a quick start guide. And then there's the French version, the guide, the mise en route. I used to take French. I should know how to pronounce that comfortably. But so this is what you're looking at, guys. It had the papers right here, and this is the system. This is going to fold out, showing us the parts of the charger unit. Here's the cord for the charger unit, and a it looks like an HDMI cord, actually, like to USB. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a second. And here is the PlayStation Vita. This is gonna be one of those devices that I just like. You get your fingerprints on. You're like, oh, it's not as pretty as much anymore. It's late, by the way. I might be like saying random things that don't make sense. Okay, so here is the system. It is very sleek looking and really light. It's a little bigger than the PSP, so I expected it to be kind of heavier, but it's not. It feels really comfortable. All the buttons are easy to touch and get to. It feels like it makes sense, if you may. It has 2 analog sticks, of course, which is awesome. Your D-pad is up here, your classic PlayStation button's there, down here is your select and start, and then over here is your PlayStation home key. The top has the L and R buttons, of course, and also there's the volume buttons right there, and then these things will come out a lot, very similar to where the PlayStation ports came out. It has a little plastic thing holding them so you don't lose it or whatever you're going to do with it. And then so this is going to be for your memory card, which I'll get to in a second, and then this is going to be for your game cartridge. I do not have a game cartridge. There's nothing right now that I really wanted to buy, so I was just going to download some games, and then I was crazy when I thought this was HDMI. This is actually just the charger. It plugs right in there, and then it hooks up to the box, and then the box hooks to the cord hooks in the wall, and boom, you have energy. So, there has to be 3 pieces to a power cord. Everyone knows that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. The front screen is very big, as you can clearly see, and then the back has a touch-sensitive pad. The screen on front is touch-sensitive as well, but it's kind of cool that both sides are. So I'm looking forward to see how they'll incorporate that into games. But it feels really cool, and I'm gonna boot it up and I'm gonna mess with it, and I'll get back to you and tell you how it is. So see you in a second. Alright, so I got my hands on it, and it is quite the machine, as most people are going to wonder. The graphics are amazing, and I've heard a lot of people say that it's better than the PS3, and I have to say it does rival when it comes to graphics. This is a nice looking machine. The touchscreen works really well. as does the back. I played a few demos here and there. I didn't get any games. There's nothing that I really want right now. And but I watched some of the demos on here, and I downloaded a couple from the store, and it looks awesome, guys. This is the Wi-Fi model. It's $250. You can get the 3G model for a little bit more, but the Wi-Fi is perfect for me. And yeah, I cannot wait to get my hands on this a little more. That's the trick in my life, is actually getting time to play with this thing. One thing I do want to point out is that the memory, I thought it went in here, like I mentioned how the PSP had ports like this. Well, it actually goes in down here. There's a little thing that comes undone, and I got to show you this. This is how big the memory cards are for this thing, and this is really small. I think there should be a rule in the electronics world that if you can safely digest a piece of whatever, it probably should be bigger. Like, I feel like if I just breathed in too deeply right now, I would accidentally swallow this. But yeah, it's a really tiny. I can't believe they put 8 gigs on this, and you can get these in larger amounts, which is crazy. But goes right in the bottom there, and pretty cool, guys. So this is the PlayStation Vita. If if you're into mobile gaming, this is probably the one you want. It's one, yeah, like I said, it is one amazing machine. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys like that. Once in a while, when I get gadgets and whatnot, I will do some unboxing videos. But for now, you probably won't see another one for a while. I am going to go. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I was supposed to clean up around here a lot. Well, Brittany, I'm sorry. I'm not going to clean up. I'm just going to go to bed. So until next time, guys, subscribe or die. Literally. Just kidding. Kidding. I will not threaten you guys with a knife ever again. Or will I?